Now, the other thing that's really interesting about the propaganda video that you have critiqued and put these truth bombs through is that they say that regardless of whether you've had a COVID infection or not, you should go ahead and get the vaccine. So, is our durable immunity that fragile and that faulty that we need to, boost it with these shots?
Well, that's the danger, and that's the part that they're not telling you. So when you get a normal infection of any communicable disease and you experience it in a natural way, what happens is the invading entity, whatever it is, a bacteria, a virus, whatever you want to call it, it comes through the epithelial barrier, which is on the outside of your body, covered by mucus, and it comes through that barrier in a way that your immune cells that guard that barrier get to experience the whole thing, all of it, the whole thing. And in doing so, that builds up your natural, robust, well-rounded immunity. And that will be with you for the rest of your life, unless you make the mistake of injecting yourself with one of these products that they're calling a vaccine. And the reason is because it's going to refocus your immune system on what they injected you with.
Right.
Not what's actually circulating in the population. And it's critical for people to understand that. If you've had a natural infection, you're good. Don't mess with it. If you try to boost it by making more antibodies, you're destroying that protection, because what have you done? You have sent a signal to your immune system to forget about everything else that's out there, concentrate on what just went in you from this shot. You see, it just ruins your natural protection. Right. And the problem, Brian, and this is a really, really tough one for people. They are afraid of experiencing natural infections. They're scared to death of them, especially parents with young children. They're afraid that their child is going to get polio if they don't get the polio shot. Right. Or they're afraid they're going to get the measles, which will develop into an encephalitis if they don't get the measles shot. Well, I want to tell you that all of these childhood illnesses are very, very easily manageable. The only ones that are going to get out of control are in children that have severe immunosuppression, or maybe they've got other comorbidities. And that's the group of children that shouldn't get the shot anyway. In fact, it says that right in the vaccine inserts. Do not administer these products to children that have known immune issues or immunosuppression or are dealing with other comorbidities like cancer, because their immune systems can't handle it. Right. And so people have to get over their fear of natural infections. Now, I'll give you two examples. The first one is polio itself. If you go onto the CDC website or the World Health Organization website, either one, and you look up the etiology and the pathophysiology of the polio infection, you will clearly see that 70% of the infections, now I'm talking a real infection where the real entity, the virus, got inside of your body, it's in you. 70% of those experiences are completely asymptomatic. 24% are going to have symptoms of the common cold. About 5% are going to have what's called a temporary flaccid paralysis, which is pretty scary, but it will resolve itself completely and go away all on its own without even treating it. It's less than 1% of the population that will experience the long-lasting paralysis of polio that everyone's afraid of. So what are we doing? We're going out and we're injecting the healthy people, trying to protect the weak ones. We've got it all backwards. That's not how you do this. You do not destroy the immune systems of the healthy. You bolster the immune systems of the weak. That's how it's supposed to work. So again, people are afraid. Do not be afraid.